So in 2009, Dain and I didn't know each other well. I was going to tournaments, and he was the broadcaster, the announcer for these tournaments in Europe, the FIVB tournaments. And in 2019, the head coaching position came up for USC's beach team. And I saw him, I think it was maybe Stad.
New York.
New York? Yeah, New York. New York it was. Okay, so it was an AVP. And the position came open, and I said, you know, I sort of nudged him, like, you should apply for that. You'd be great at it. And oddly, he turns to me and he goes, can you help? And I was like, I'm a business professor. I don't have, you know, I'm a business professor. I have no juice in the athletic department. And he turns to me and he says, you have more influence than you think. And I remember saying that, and I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, you know what I mean? But what it did was it set off a chain of events where next to football, and I don't even say that. Football, I've missed 2 games since I graduated. I just don't miss games. But beach volleyball is now my favorite sport. Women's beach volleyball is my favorite sport. Sarah Hughes was a student. Therese Cannon is from my hometown. Melissa Jimena Paredes lived at my house for the past, for 7 months the past 2 years. It's a great sport to watch if you don't watch already. And so I wrote an email to our athletic director at the time, Lynn Swan, that said, look, I love football, but I want to help the beach team. What can I do? I know some people in the sport. What can I do to help? And Lynn Swan,
Sure. So it's a crazy story. So he tells me to apply, which I was going to apply because I was an volunteer assistant here since 2015, and I was doing commentating everywhere. So I was doing the World Championships in Stad, right?
Stad or Hamburg?
No. Hamburg. That's where it was. And I was like, I hope I get a call back, but I hope they don't call me too early because I was going to be in Hamburg for 10 or 12 days. So anyways, I got on the phone. Lynn Swan was the AD, and they said, well, can you meet on Tuesday? And it was Saturday, I think, and I said I was coming home on Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, I guess, I'll be landing at like 6 o'clock in the evening on Tuesday. And they're like, well, Lynn Swan's going on vacation on Wednesday, so it's like, what are you going to do, right? You got to show up, right? Like we were talking about earlier, you got to always say yes. So flew all the way from Hamburg, landed at LAX, Uber straight to Heritage Hall, and to this, it was going to be this interview. And I believe there was 5 people in the room. There was Steve Lopes, Lynn Swan, Darcy Couch, and then I look over and it's Dave Belasco. and you can imagine you go from nerves up to here to all of a sudden someone that you know is sitting on the interview panel. And so I just wanted to interject that so you can continue.
No, but that's the funny part about it. It's like I sent an email to the AD and he goes, great, you're on the hiring committee. I'm on the hiring committee. There are 4 of us on the hiring committee. So I do what I can to be useful. I create a rubric to evaluate the different coaches and what we're going to be looking for. And when he walks in the room, we're not like text friends at that point. And so he doesn't know. And I see him do a little double take like, what the hell are you doing here? And he sits next to me on the couch and we proceed. And I saw this but he was so smooth and we have a great discussion. We interviewed, the top 5 people in beach volleyball. It's the best job probably in beach volleyball coaching. April was on her way in training for the Olympics, but she gave input to Steve Lopes and to Lynn and called Sarah and Scott Davenport and just asked who the best people out there. And you crushed it, and you were hired. And the rest is sort of history, but they say on the website that he's been here for 3 years and he's won 2 national championships with the team. Well, that's not accurate. The first season was canceled for COVID. They've only competed 2 full seasons and they've won back-to-back national championships. This is going to be a really challenging year. You lost a ton of seniors. The people who did graduate, if you watch professional volleyball this year, there were finals and semifinals where 3 of 4, 7 of 8 of the final players were all from USC, and some of them recent graduates. You've got a lot of work in front of you. But it just created this great bond. I feel so close to the team. I love that Nicole and Tatiana are in the class, and that people join. And from all of us at USC and in this class, I just wanted to thank both April Ross and Dain Blanton for speaking tonight.